Well, Trump, one of his quotes about black people counting money at his casinos. Black guys counting my money? I hate it. The only kind of people I want counting my money are short guys wearing yarmulkes.
Wow. No.
Those are the only kind of people I want counting my money. Nobody else. Besides that, I tell you something else. I think that guy's lazy. And it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in the blacks.
No, this
that was what former
I'm just resetting all together now.
All together now. You're listening to another episode of Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. And today, oh my gosh, what a bad boy we have in front of us. It's not even of history. It's he's making history right now.
Yeah.
You guessed it, guys. Your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
Yo, round of applause for what was he called? The Great White Hope.
At this date, we're recording. It seems like he's lost the election, but he doesn't seem to be down to leave the White House. I feel like most of the things we hear out there are bad Trump. You're a bad Trump. Are cons. But today, my lovely co-host here, he's coming through with some good stuff that Trump's done, and he maybe shed some light on the pros side. I personally, without doing any research, I just think that Trump is clearly a racist and an ignorant guy to be the voice of the world superpower America. I'm not saying everything he's done is bad. I'm sure he's done some good things, but just having that ignorant voice being the leader, it's a risky thing sometimes because
that's true. Like when you say the ignorant voice, I'm like, yeah, I get that. But at the same time, when it comes to a leader, somebody who's in America thinking that they run the entire world, isn't any voice that comes from that person ignorant in a way?
True. That is true. The attitude of America being what do you call it? The leader of the free world is already like the most powerful. When whoever runs for president, whether they're a good person or a bad person, they look at that position as the most powerful position in the world.
100%. And I think, and honestly, isn't he the perfect person to represent America? Isn't he just America?
He's what a lot of people would think. Those dumb, cocky Americans head up their own ass.
Exactly. You know what I saw? I saw a Tupac interview recently, and he brought up Trump.
Really?
That's how Trump's been. Yeah. And it wasn't in a good way. He was like, America has the Trump mentality, and he's like, crunch, 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 step, 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 gimme, gimme, gimme. And he was talking about how everybody is like Trump.
Huh?
Isn't that wild?
What was Trump doing in the 90s?
He was just known as like the rich guy who just was amassing more money and putting his name on buildings, and that shit was unheard of in the 90s.
The USFL, you ever heard of that?
No, what's that?
Trump tried to start a football league that went against the NFL. Like, it wasn't him by himself, but he was one of the main guys.
Wow.
And they had like a season and a half that was like decent, but then Trump, being the bravado, being the cocky guy he is, he's like, so when they started the USFL, they played in the springtime.
Okay.
They didn't go head to head with the NFL.
Okay.
They had one season of success, and he's like, fuck it, we're going head to head with them.
Damn.
And then obviously they just crumbled it within like a year. So, Trump is always been a guy that some would say going head to head with the NFL is a less likely proposition than becoming president of the United States.
Yeah.
And he's tried to do both. So, and he successfully did one. So,
right,
pretty crazy. You, before you did your research, just if you had to, what was your general opinion on Trump?
General opinion on Trump, like before, I'll say like I'll give like two opinions. Before he got elected, he was always just the guy that you pictured as a billionaire. There weren't too many other, like nowadays you can find lists of billionaires. Back then you couldn't really. You just knew about, he was the only billionaire that was like in the limelight, dancing around and doing shit, being on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, being in Home Alone, like doing all this shit. He was the only one doing it really. So you just always knew him as the quintessential greedy American.
loves attention too. When you
Yes.
when you put it that way, he's the only one that's putting his face out there to be in shows and stuff. The Apprentice, remember The Apprentice?
Exactly.
You're fired.
Yeah, exactly. He was the first one to get into stuff like that. So and then Richard Branson soon followed after with different TV shows and stuff. But he was like, he was just a fun billionaire that, like, you know, as a kid, you don't realize like what that does or what kind of mentality that is. You know?
They got to get Trump on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank for at least like one episode after he's out of it.
He would take over. That's the problem.
Just for an episode, though.
He would take that episode over.
Him versus Mr. Wonderful. I'd like to see them go head to head.
I don't know, man.
On a deal. I'll partner up with Trump on this one.
You know what? And it's funny because he wouldn't be allowed to do that. That would damage his whole mogul brand, Mr. Wonderful.
Oh.
If he decided to partner at any point with Trump in that show.
Damn.
Any of them, really. Think
true.
about it.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban.
Is Mark Cuban anti-Trump?
I don't know.
Some of these guys are cool with Trump.
Some of these guys low-key
like
love that Trump
the
became
big business
president.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are like sick.
Yeah.
Good job.
Just
bro.
like, but they're like sick, but at the same time, shut up, man. You're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. True.
If he didn't talk so much, you know,
if
Trump didn't talk so much, he could have been an okay president.
He could have seemed more presidential if he like allowed like someone to take over his Twitter, like Barack Obama does and like every other politician does. If he just allowed that to happen, didn't question things too much, just gave speeches when he needed to, like just signed in his deals, did whatever, didn't brag about it, he could have seemed a lot more presidential.
He is way too active on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm just opening up Trump's Twitter right now just because I want to see what the last thing. Oh, do I have to log in to get in here?
Of course, bro. You're not allowed just to look at tweets, bro.
Oh.
Tweets decide governments nowadays, man. Isn't that crazy?
Is that true?
Well, it's arguably how he became president to begin with.
Oh, yeah. He had some... I was looking into some of his reckless quotes and stuff and what he would say. And, okay, so one thing personally, one major con that I have with Trump, I'm not a political guy at all. I don't really give a fuck about politics. I also think Joe Biden's an idiot. I think if I was in America, I wouldn't have voted anyways. But the thing that I hate about Trump from his first run is how he to go back to the NFL for a second, the whole kneeling thing. He's the one that made it that's a disrespect to the flag, to the army, when it was taking a knee about police brutality towards black people getting shot by cops. When Kaepernick first sat down during the anthem, people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't sit down. That's disrespect." So he went to some army guys and said, "Okay, what's a more respectful way that I could do this?"
And they said,
they said, "Take a knee." So he got it from the source of somebody to find a more respectful way to carry on the protest.
Yeah.
And then Trump, the voice of ignorant America, says, "Hey, no, he actually is shitting on the flag right now. He's shitting on the armed services." Where it's like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not. And that made me dislike Trump a lot. So tell me you're pro. Go tell me why that's okay, huh?
Well, no, I was actually gonna say,
you Uncle Tom.
What? Well, why the?
It's great that we have a black guy defending Trump here. Black Republicans in the house.
Fucking
make some noise.
Fucking I was gonna actually say, well, I guess to that, why is that okay? Like why he did that? Why is that okay? I would say that's not okay.
Wow.
Like making it seem
flip-flopping.
Yeah. Well, that thing is not okay to make it seem like that. But there was an air, like, it's so hard now because looking at Kaepernick now, that didn't seem like a valiant effort. Looking at it now, you can tell it was more for himself because he got millions of dollars from Nike and he got all these things. Like, he got a lot, but we as a people didn't from what he did.
We should do a Colin Kaepernick episode.
I would say he's nor a pro or a conqueror, Colin Kaepernick.
Ooh, he's not anymore. Not a pro anymore.
I don't even think he's a football player.
Ooh, he could have been if he came to the CFL.
Just saying. True.
But yeah, like before we even did the episode today, I said I think Trump's racist, and you said how is he racist? Well,
so was that one of the things?
One of the things is when somebody says, "Hey, America, can you stop shooting black people?" And then getting away with it, police, please. And then Trump's response was, you don't love America then.
Who did he say that to?
Trump?
Yeah, like when he said
So that's
you don't love America.
Kaepernick, he's like basically like, get out of here. If you want to take a knee against police brutality against the black people, then you should just get the fuck out of America.
He said that?
He didn't say that, but he implied it.
With what? With what? When he said that it was disrespectful to take a knee?
Disrespectful to the flag.
Well,
the anthem.
I think that's him just saying that's a disrespect. He wants it to stop, but that's not him saying get out of America, is it?
He definitely said you can leave if you don't like it here. Leave. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
True. But again, see, this is where it comes. He said that to Colin Kaepernick, and then for some reason, and this always happens. We're gonna get into some shit. This always happens with black elites. Why is it now on all of us? When he says something to Colin Kaepernick, why is it now an affront to every black person? He's saying if you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah.
Like if that's what he said directly to Colin Kaepernick, then why is that now on all of us?
Why is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right? So how is that racist then if you just said it to one person?
Ooh. Because he's going at the Kaepernick's thing was about the system. I don't want to make Kaepernick a hero or anything because like you said, he has his own like what did he really do for people? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the whole trying to draw attention to the when Trump was getting elected in 2016, Kaepernick was drawing attention to police brutality and the unfairness of people getting away with killing black people.
Yeah.
And instead of Trump being like that issue could use a little attention, he made it all about you're disrespecting the flag, you're disrespecting the army. Had nothing to do with the army. Had nothing to do with the army.
That's true. That's 100%
you know what I mean?
true.
He completely flipped the issue into something it wasn't.
He used the army because he used the army as a way to get the veterans' backs up and then make it this person versus this community type thing.
Like, well, you're making America great again. And then what does making America great again even mean? When was America great? When black people were slaves?
No.
When was America great?
Well,
when there was segregation?
I'm sure all.
When was America great?
I'm sure all.
When they were murdering and genociding the indigenous people? Tell me when America was great, Colin.
Just after all that. When black people were Republicans.
The 90s.
Well, no. Even like the 50s. Like when black people were becoming Republicans before the Democratic Party started the KKK. Before they started the KKK and started attacking black Republicans and white Republicans. That's what the KKK used to do. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
So before all that started happening and black people almost got a Black Wall Street going when we were actually amassing black wealth, when we were the working class, when we were the people who were primarily getting married and staying in nuclear families, I think, and like when Detroit was like bumping for black people, I think that's when America was great. Because it's like black people just came out of this horrible situation. We were finally amassing our own type of wealth. And was
segregation still happening then?
Yes. At that point, I think segregation was still a thing. But
it was working out.
It was working out in the sense of like, because Black Wall Street, it was like, okay, well, I guess we're all just going to do our things together the same way white people are doing.
Yeah, we're just going to support black business only.
Exactly. Which is now starting to resurge. I think at that point, America was great. That was a great place at that time.
So that's what you think he was aiming for when he's like, make America great again?
I don't know. Like when people ask like, when was America great? I say that's when. I don't know if he had that in mind. That's not what he had in mind. Right?
But when he was saying make America great again, and then Colin Kaepernick was like, hey, you know what else would make America great? Is if we could stop killing black people and getting away with it, police. And then Trump's like, no. Shut the fuck up. And stand up for our anthem. But did he ignore that shit?
But did he actually say that? Right?
I don't know, man. This is a comedy. Anyways, I did open Trump's Twitter, and this is his most recent tweet.
What?
I love New York. I wish I could do a Trump accent. I love New York. No, I can't.
I love New York. As everyone knows, the Trump administration has produced a great and safe vaccine far ahead of schedule. Another administration would have taken 5 years. The problem is, Governor Cuomo said that he will delay using it. And other states want it now.
And other states want it now.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
But he put it in caps.
We cannot waste time. I can only give those states. I can't do it.
And you have to do the hands. You
I
have
could
to
probably do a better Obama.
He goes,
we cannot waste time. And can only give those states that will use the vaccine immediately. Therefore, the New York delay. Many lives to be saved, but we are ready when they are.
Therefore,
Stop playing politics.
That was your Obama.
I got lost in there, man. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Trump is Obama's more like we cannot waste time and can only give the vaccine to those states that will use it immediately. Therefore, the New York delay, many lives to be saved, but we are ready when they are. Stop playing politics.
That was pretty good.
You bitch ass niggers.
Congress must now do a COVID relief bill. Needs Democrats to support. Make it big and focused. Get it done.
I'm just gonna hit you with a random pro right now.
All right,
okay?
sick.
Okay.
Was that a better Obama when I did it the second time?
That was a good one. That was good.
Yeah.
You're dragging the words. You got to drag those words properly. Yeah.
The consent decree signed by Georgia Secretary of State. Anyways,
Georgia Secretary of State. All right.
let's get a pro for old Donnie T. Old Donald Trump in the building.
He stood with the people of Hong Kong. He warned China not to use violence to suppress pro-democracy protests and signed the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act. Hong Kong people marched with American flags and sang the national anthem in gratitude. I did not believe this when I heard this. And then I went to this. This is CBS. I don't know if you believe in CBS. I don't know how people
What does CBS stand for?
Canadian Broadcast Station?
No, that's CBC.
Is it?
But
that was CBS of what I just said.
CBS is American.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then an actual thing popped up. Hong Kong protesters sing U.S. national anthem. And they have all this pro-Trump shit. They even had a Japanese guy actually dress up as Trump.
Well, that's interesting because
they did a little thing.
I seen him say some bad stuff about Japanese, but
the protester thanked Donald Trump for his support on the U.S. bill backing the protest. Trump has recently signed into law 2 bills that ban exports of anti-riot munitions to China and impose possible sanctions based on its handling of Hong Kong, which drew a sharp rebuke from Beijing's foreign minister. That's a good thing. No?
Yeah, I love free Hong Kong, definitely.
Right?
Hashtag free Hong Kong. No, it does seem like there's certain parts of the world that have mad love for Trump because like he did a little something during his, like Nigeria loves Trump.
Really?
What's that about? I thought you would have came.
Oh no, I didn't even hear about that. Damn.
When I don't know if it's all of Nigeria, but when Trump got cured from COVID, he got COVID and he got cured, and they had a little parade for him in Nigeria.
For real?
Thank God the president's okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, man.
I'm the pro-Trump guy here, and I'm like, that's odd. That's very odd. I didn't even hear about that. But that Hong Kong one, that I like that.
So basically, yeah, he's obviously anti-China. I think Trump is more anti-China than pro-Hong Kong, but whatever.
But it doesn't matter. He signed that in so they couldn't do that type of shit to those people. And
Why
everybody, the whole world was up in arms with how China was handling Hong Kong.
Oh, for sure.
The whole world was like, this is crazy. He's the only one that did anything. Isn't that weird? Isn't that a pro?
It is a pro. It is definitely a pro.
You got a con for me?
I will bring a con, but I just wanted to see why Nigeria loves Trump.
Oh, true.
It says, okay, so in Nigeria, an impression, 59% of people say that they have confidence in the U.S. president. I'm trying to find just a quick answer, but
talking
this is
to a
thing.
Nigerian Trump supporter. This guy's in America, though, you know?
True.
He could just be a rich Nigerian prince, and that's why he likes Trump. He likes those tax cuts. He's like, I'm here now. Don't want my billions getting cut in half.
We're getting all this fucking Fred's opinion, yo. Anyways, I thought it would be a quick answer, but quick answer is 59% of Nigerians would have if Trump was running for president in Nigeria, he'd have a better chance than in America where he lost.
God damn, that's weird.
Here we go. Top 5 reasons why most Nigerians love Trump. That's good. I like a nice list.
Ad blocker. Uh-oh.
Don't talk about that.
Why? It's fine.
1, Nigerians like a strongman leader. They like his bravado. They like how he's like, he's big. He walks in the room, his balls hang low, big dick in it.
BDE. Not playing games.
Trump's values resonate in Nigeria. Part
True.
of the reason Trump's popularity in Nigeria may be the residents of socially conservative. They like a conservative guy.
There you go.
Don't get abortions and all that stuff.
Oh shit. This one here.
Trump is willing to sell Nigeria weapons.
Well, I think we
Nigeria's
found the real answer.
been trying to buy attack helicopters in U.S. since 2015. Obama was like, nah, guys. And Trump was like, maybe. A group of secessionists believe Trump backs their cause. Okay. That's a bit too much to read into.
Yeah.
And Nigeria wants their own Trump. They want a
leader like Trump.
They want a leader like Trump. I want to be like you.
Wow.
Anyways, so you want a con about Trump? While we're saying all this nice things he's doing for the Hong Kong and the Nigeria, inspiring them. Well, this is one of his racist quotes. I meant to bring up the other thing because we'll get back into that. But okay, another.
Yo, that was a long page. Those
quotes? Those are racist quotes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. How about Trump's abhorrent immigration policy? Between April and June of 2019, 24 immigrants died in ICE custody. The condition in these concentration camps are horrid. The Trump administration has gone so far as to deny children something so basic as toothpaste and soap. Children. This is how they're treating children in there. They have been forced to wear soiled clothing and denied baths. In despite of CDC recommendations, immigrants are denied the flu vaccination. They even went so far to refuse donations by doctors. A 16-year-old died of the flu in a concrete cell, and at least 3 children died of the flu in ICE camps. So, not only that, separating them from their parents, like all that Trump stuff, man. Fucking, it's terrible, man.
But that's not Trump stuff. That's president stuff. That's been going on since Bush.
What?
All this, what you just
ICE?
said, yeah, that's been going on since Bush.
I thought ICE was a Trump thing.
No. I don't mean. I mean like these cages that have been set up for these people.
Oh
like,
yeah, I've heard Trump say, "Who built the cages?"
Yeah, who did?
Who did?
Obama did.
Wow, Obama. Thanks a lot, Obama.
Yeah, he did.
Obama built cages for kids?
Well, and he expected it to be used these ways. That's exactly what he did.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, no American president wants a crazy amount of illegal immigrants coming into the country. They just don't. It fucks up the economy.
But why put them in cages?
That part, I don't fucking know. I don't know why they don't just turn them around and go back to where you're from. Like if they're coming and they catch them, I don't know why they just catch and release. Like, hey, back that way. I don't know why they do that. I think this is more for people. I think the gross thing with the Trump is that it was people who were in America brought to these situations.
Yeah,
like Americans, like quote unquote Americans, like lived here your whole life, born here, brought here when you were 2 years old, like you're American. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. I think that's what really was.
I feel like
abhorrent.
He stepped it up a little bit more, though, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Like with the families, and I don't know how much this actually happened, but like with families that were like in America, like I came here when I was 2, and I might have to go back to Mexico, and I don't know anything about Mexico. Yeah, like that's that type of shit. Like I think that's where he stepped it up.
In April of 2018, Trump started didn't carry on from Obama,
Uh-oh.
a policy of separating children from their parents when they seek asylum at the U.S. border. Once separated from their parents, the Trump administration did not maintain a process for reuniting the children with their parents. So,
God damn it, Donnie.
so,
Donnie.
so yeah, they might have all got treated shit before, but at least they got treated shit as a family.
Together, yeah.
This one now, Trump's the one that started up that fucking separating them.
God damn.
Members of the Trump administration admitted that this is a horrific policy and was intended to discourage people from applying for asylum at the border. Trump lied when he said the policy had been a law for many years. A lie that
why are you touching
guys
what
like
did you
Colin
what?
have just gobbled all up and blame it on Obama. But the law does not mandate that the kids be separated from their parents. That's a Trump thing.
I guess. I have no idea. But if you're saying that, I'll agree.
Yes.
Because I don't actually
fact
know.
check it.
But like Obama definitely set those things up. And he definitely used it for that purpose. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like he intended it for that purpose.
Trump, he saw a lot of Mexicans trying to come over, and this is one of his racist quotes.
Whoa! Let me get a pro in here. Well, you're just gonna go.
Okay, go.
You're gonna go on this roll. Yo, that's a long page. How many is that?
I just cut. There was more too. There was like 50, and I cut out like 6 of them.
I wish this was about Biden versus Trump, because then I'd have a whole fucking quote page of fucking Biden.
We can agree that Biden is not great.
Yeah, no.
One, Trump versus Biden. One is an openly racist secret pedophile. The other is a secretly racist openly pedophile. They're both not great.
Jesus.
But at least
That's
at least,
not
at
great.
Least, at least Biden doesn't throw gasoline on the fire of racism and separation. Like I agree, liberals are annoying, and we want to see them cry. I just think it's bad. No, I don't agree with that. I think at least when Trump wins, he's like, one of the things they said at his rally is make libs cry again.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn.
Let's make them cry again, right? Now, Biden, love him or hate him, he became president. Who knows if he really became president yet, but it seems like he became president, and he said, I'm going to be a president for all Americans. Now, whether he means it or not, whether he follows through on it or not, the fact that one's rhetoric is, hey, all you guys that didn't vote for me, I'm going to make you cry. And then the other guy's rhetoric is, even though you didn't vote for me, I'm still going to be all of America's president. Just that voice of a leader, lying or truthful or not, it is better. It is better than...
But that was the same sentiment that was brought up when Trump became president.
What?
That he's everybody's president. And nobody liked that.
Really?
Of course. That's where the term "not my president" came up. Right? And then the conservatives were like,
Wait,
hey,
it came up.
This is your president. He's your president. Whether like it or not, this is your president. And then the liberals came back with "not my president." Like they had the same kind of thing happened, and they just weren't embracing it.
I don't know.
Basically, I don't know. And now AOC, she's talking about, but this has nothing
I hate
to do
that
with,
too.
Yeah, she's talking about making a list.
Let's make a list of everyone that ever said their support about Trump, and like AOC, relax. Like, what is this? Like, that's like a witch hunting. Like,
yeah, that's a little.
And what if somebody said in 2017 before Trump did anything like too crazy, like too bad, like when he was just, or you know what I mean? What if they just supported him then, and now that after 4 years of it, they're like, all right, you know what? Trump is too much even for me now. Like I'm not supporting him anymore. Then someone like AOC is trying to dig up these old support things. It's like, I already changed my mind. You know what I mean? I don't know.
They're gonna Trump to him. Hashtag Trump too.
A lot of people are worried about because Trump is obviously the source of a lot of comedy.
Of course,
Saturday Night Live. A lot of comedians make Trump jokes and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, what are you guys going to do without Trump for your comedy and everything, right?
Well, hopefully Saturday Night Live becomes funny after Trump leaves.
Maybe. I heard the last episode of Saturday Night Live was actually more edgy than ever, like the one with Chappelle. I didn't watch it, but...
Of course, because Chappelle.
But also, I think that they might be loosened up on what they can joke about now. It's weird that, like, yeah, when Trump's in office, even for a guy like me that does comedy, like, I'm clearly... it's not... Who knows if it's clearly, but... I think I've always been more of a
centrist.
I don't know about centrist. I think I'm more anti-white than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, Like, I think I don't have many white friends. Okay, I never really like hung out with like the white crowd. So
I can tell.
what you can tell, okay. But some people, when I go up and do comedy, if I tell jokes that are like race related or like a little misogynistic, people might look at me and be like, "Oh, is this guy some kind of Trump guy?" But I'm like,
Yeah.
But like that only exists because Trump exists. Like when he's not there, then people are. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now.
Facts. No, you're right. Because when he's not there, that doesn't exist. You getting looked at like that doesn't exist because they don't think of, if Trump's not there, there's no Trump supporter.
Right.
Just like there was no Bush supporter before.
Uh-huh.
Like people like being so mad at.
Yeah,
people
you
who
could be
supported
Democrat or
Bush.
Republican without being looked at as racist.
Yeah.
Now, if you voted for Trump, people say, "Oh, so you're a racist? Oh, so you hate Muslims?"
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, I posted a picture of me holding a gun on my Instagram, and
Damn.
A rifle, and the next morning, my dad called me, and he said, "You should take that picture down of you with the rifle. People are gonna think you look like you're some kind of Trump supporter." I was like, I don't even live in America. What the hell? But that's the thing. Like, there's an image of what a Trump supporter looks like. What, you know what I mean? Just being that kind of white guy can give you a bad label.
100%, and it's a weird thing.
But what I was trying to get back to is comedy is not gonna suffer because Trump's not there. Like, people that are making jokes about Trump, people are gonna make jokes about Biden. Is a fucking character too, man.
Oh yeah,
Biden is
it's gonna be amazing.
He's an idiot. He can barely finish a sentence. You don't think there's gonna be lots to make jokes about? Yes, yeah. Trump is an ignorant fuck, but Biden is a senile fucking retard.
Bro, he's ignorant in his own right. I mean, the guy was just like talking about how some black lady does his gardening. And
if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
You ain't black.
Come on, man. That's his line, eh?
All right, since I know you're cool now, since we're both Trump supporters now, I'll give you another Trump pro.
Yeah, let's
real
get
quick.
a pro. I think all politicians are idiot.
Now, this can be seen as bad or good. His tariff, like, I didn't even know what a tariff was. My girlfriend had to explain it to me this morning. So his tariff
Your
threats.
white girlfriend.
That's goddamn right. I'm moving up in the world. Goddamn it. His tariff threats forced Mexico to crack down on illegal immigration. Mexico, for the first time in recent history, enforcing its own immigration laws, sending thousands of National Guards forces to its southern border to stop caravans of Central American immigrants. Plus, Congress is poised to approve the U.S., Mexico, Canada free trade agreement, which would not have been possible without the threats of tariffs.
Okay.
So him threatening them and being like, hey, for example, I don't know what it actually was, but I'll tax your avocados that you guys send to us that all these white people love so much. I'll tax it 40%. So then they won't want your avocados anymore. They'll go without avocado toast if they cost too much, and then that will hurt your economy.
And why is this a good thing?
Because it forced them to start. He only did this so they would do this. Okay. So they would start enforcing their laws more, their immigration laws more. So then they started sending their own people. You notice how it's always the Americans that are patrolling the border?
Okay.
Now there's Mexican forces patrolling their border, as there should be. But they've been very, 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 very loose on it in recent history.
Huh.
So they stepped it up, which slowed down illegal immigrants coming in and also honestly makes less use of that wall that he was talking about building.
But they did start building it, right?
Yeah. I saw like
How's that looking?
I saw a video of these Mexican workers. They're talking in Spanish, but basically they're saying Trump's an idiot because like one of the Mexican dudes just walked up to like a certain like part of it and he just went... He just slipped right through. Yeah. He slipped back. He's just like, and that was it. Yeah. So the wall has some holes in it so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're gonna make a couple of sneaky.
The wall is definitely not a pro in this conversation. I think
the wall. Yeah.
I think it's just a big waste of time.
It could be a nice. What do you call it? Like tourist attraction at some point in the future. 2,000 years ago.
This
crazy President Trump. He said he wanted to build a wall to keep Mexicans out. It didn't keep any Mexicans out. The Mexicans built it, and they all built a little secret passageway for themselves.
It won't even be about, like, that far later. It won't even be about Trump. It'll just be about U.S. Like, look how much U.S. didn't like Mexicans. They built a wall.
They don't say that about the Great Wall of China.
Right. Whoa, how did that even start?
Malaysians. Not Malaysians, Mongolians.
Keeping them out?
I think they were trying to keep out, because Genghis Khan was trying to conquer all of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our last episode on Genghis Khan if you haven't yet.
He's a beast.
Yeah, and
Rape king.
Now I didn't do any research on this, so I just think the Great Wall of China went up because of Genghis Khan. We'll double check on that.
That makes sense. He was the most prevalent, crazy thing at that time when they were building it. I could see that.
Yeah, we don't even know when it was the Great Wall of China invented.
You're just gonna put me on the spot. You're just gonna try and fact check me, bro.
7th century BC. So maybe it was made way before Genghis Khan then.
Yo, hit me with a con from Trump, because I got a big pro right now.
You got a big pro?
I got a big pro that proves that he's not as racist as people think.
Okay. Well, I think in this most recent year's debate, they asked him to denounce white supremacy.
Which he did.
They asked him, did he?
Yeah.
Stand back and stand by? That's not denouncing it. That's like, hey, guys, be ready if I need you.
Well, isn't that what white people do? They're always like, yo, have my back a little bit.
He's always been on this, because he'll be able to say, oh, Antifa terrorist, Black Lives Matter, you guys are bad. Like, he doesn't
Marxist organization. Yeah,
he says they're all bad, but then when it comes to KKK and stuff, he's just like, hey guys, just be, because he doesn't want to offend his voters, and you know that those guys are for sure gonna vote for him.
Yeah.
And anyway,
100%. He's walking. He's doing like what's that? The lasers. He's like dancing lasers.
Yeah.
He's like trying to like just avoid all the laser beams.
So So if you can tell Black Lives Matter they're bad because he already knows they're not going to vote for him. You tell Antifa they're bad because he already knows they're not going to vote for him. But KKK and Proud Boys and stuff like that. So after a group of neo-Nazis, KKK members, and the Confederate flag supporters violently clashed with counter-protesters in Charlottesville. Remember that?
Oh, tiki torches?
Yeah. President Trump refused to condemn the white supremacists. He actually defended them and said there were violent people on both sides and that they were many good people among the right-wing protesters. After a few days, he read a statement saying he opposed the KKK, but then the next day he defended the extremists again.
Okay, so he wrote something saying he opposed them. Okay, yeah. And then in the debate, there was a one-on-one that I saw where he did denounce them. But he was also really upset. He's like, because you don't ask Joe. He's like, why don't you ever ask Joe about Antifa? He's like, you'll ask me about white supremacy. He's like, but why don't you ask him about them? He's like, I don't get it. And they're like, do you denounce them? He's like, yes, I denounce everything like that. White supremacy, the KKK. He's like, I denounce all that. He's like, but why aren't you asking these questions to Joe Biden? He goes, why aren't you? And also, to your point, Joe Biden gave a eulogy, KKK. High-ranking KKK member gave a eulogy.
Like I said, Joe Biden is secretly racist too. I just think that
it's not secret though.
It is a secret now. He's trying to fucking keep it a secret.
He said the N-word on video.
When
somebody asked about more people of color in the Senate.
Yeah. He's
like, we already have one nigger hotshot. We don't need any more nigger hotshots. That's real.
And he was talking about Obama?
No. This is like years ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah.
That'd be wild if he said that about Obama.
Could you imagine? No. But he was just like, yeah. But basically, he's talking about any black person who wanted to get into Senate. He's like, we already have one. He's like, we don't need any more.
Hot shots.
Yeah.
Well, Trump, one of his quotes about black people counting money at his casinos. Black guys counting my money? I hate it. The only kind of people I want counting my money are short guys wearing yarmulkes.
Wow. No.
Those are the only kind of people I want counting my money. Nobody else. Besides that, I tell you something else. I think that guy's lazy. And it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in the blacks.
No.
That was what former president of Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino said is an actual quote from Trump.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Trump was asked about his comment during an interview with Playboy, and he confirmed the stuff. He said, yeah, that's probably true.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. That was from 97.
No. Hold on.
23 years ago. Michael Jordan, the GOAT.
When When did he say this?
So
Supposedly,
the book was written in 1991, and Trump confirmed it in 1997. He's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
so the book was written in 1990. So it means he said it like in the 80s.
Probably later 80s, yeah.
Oh man, god damn, Donnie. Black guy's counting my money. I hate it. Bro, short guys wearing yarmulkes. That's so good. Holy
Yeah, you don't want any tall Jews counting your money.
But you know what? No, because those Jews play basketball, so they were like in cahoots with the blacks, right?
But
that's wild.
I'll give you one pro on this side. I actually snuck a pro in here. So Trump did say this when Howard Stern
a pro about this.
Like a flip on. Yeah, he just said something bad about black people. Now let's flip it.
Okay.
Howard Stern asked him in 2005 if Trump would care if she was dating a black guy, and he said, "I would have no problem with it. I would love it. That would be wonderful." That's it.
True.
So there you go. You can't say I'm not saying nothing good.
Was this before or after
2005? So that's 2005. It's after his quote. It's after him confirming that he did say black people are lazy and doesn't want them counting his money.
God damn. Well, if they're so lazy, why is he concerned about them stealing? That would be an extra activity.
If they're so lazy, how are we doing this podcast? Shout out to Colin.
You know what's up, bro.
But you're a black Republican. You got more hopes and dreams.
I got bootstrap. I pull it up from the bootstraps like they tell me to. You know, that's what I do.
But you said you had a heavy pro coming my way.
We're about to get real black pride in this bitch. You guys know what Planned Parenthood is?
Heard of it?
You know how it started? Some lady was she was very against black people existing. So she wanted a outlet for them to have abortions very quickly, and she was into eugenics and stuff. She was an odd lady. Can you just type in founder of Planned Parenthood?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a really fucked up thing. If you look into stats of Planned Parenthood, how many black babies get aborted through this whole thing is pretty wild. I'm a
Margaret Sanger.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a pretty pro-choice person, but the way that they made this readily available to women of color is absolutely disgusting. This woman, Margaret Sanger.
What do you mean? Like, why is it disgusting that they were like, "Hey, black people"?
Because she wanted to focus on black people.
Back of the bus, front of the line.
Yeah, not even front of the line. Like, she only wanted black people at first. She like, if you find some quotes from her, she really, really, really was anti-black, and she's the founder of this fucking thing. Really anti-black. And this went unchecked for so long because Planned Parenthood has existed for at least 4 decades. I mean, that's
the first quote that I see come up from her is Slavs, Latins, and Hebrew immigrants are human weeds, a dead weight of human waste. Blacks, soldiers, and Jews are a menace to the race.
Yep. So that's her. So
that's who invented Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Think about that when you're going to go kill your babies, guys.
God damn, bro. I'm just saying black women need to think about it because this is, well, you can, like I said, I'm very pro-choice, but this woman had us in mind when it came to getting rid of a life inside a woman. She had black people in mind.
Would you fuck her?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
More children from the fit, less children from the unfit. So yeah, wow.
Yeah, she wanted less black people to have babies, less people of color. Like she said, Jews, Slavs, this, that. I don't even know what a Slav is. Like, the fuck? She had weird concerns, man. She
embraced Hitler's eugenics ideology, and she supported Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
She pushed for the sterilization of those less fortunate than me. Mm-hmm. She opposed charity and welfare programs for the poor and believed they were better off dead. Wow.
Yeah.
I ushered in a world where abortion has enabled my idea that some lives matter less. Black lives matter less.
Yep, exactly.
Damn.
So
imagine somebody started carrying around that sign. It says Black Lives Matter in big printing, and then just really small printing less.
Oh man, how crazy would that be? That person would get killed. Well, depending on what protest they're at. We want to exterminate the Negro. That's what it said there. Yeah, the Negro population.
Is Sanger a German name?
Not 100%.
Oh, she was before Hitler though.
Yeah, she's not even focused on.
She
Hitler.
started doing her thing. But when she saw what he was doing, she's like, this guy gets it.
Yeah, she was applauding for sure. She's like, blacks as well? Wonderful.
But yeah, hit me with that pro.
So he delivered the biggest blow to Planned Parenthood in 3 decades, thanks to Trump's pro-life protect the life rule that prohibits Title X family planning funds from going to any clinic that performs on-site abortions. Planned Parenthood announced this year that it is leaving the Title X program, barring a court victory. This is a major pro-life victory and another reason why conservative Christians continue to support him.
So I don't get why that's a pro. So what did he?
Because he's not enabling them to do what they've been doing.
What were they doing that's so anti-black?
They even if you start Googling it right now, Planned Parenthood anti-black, what they're doing. How many people, Kanye West even said how many people have died, how many babies have been killed. Kanye West was talking about how there's a genocide.
You still have to make the choice to kill your baby though.
She made it too readily available.
Like a real bitch. But.
She made it too easy. And on top of it, think about how this is. So you don't want any welfare for people. You don't want them to have any kind of help of any kind. And then when they have babies, you want those babies to die. Yes, you have to make the choice, but she made it very, very, very available and a system that would direct black women to this option.
I feel like that we can do a full episode on Margaret, but
oh yeah, she's horrible. It's like this. When cows go to slaughter, there's a thing that they have to walk through. So they do have to make the choice to walk, but they're being caged into this thing and being pushed a certain way. And that's what she's doing that's what she had in mind for black women and people of color and Jews and Slavs and everybody who wasn't straight up white.
Yeah, Obama likes her.
Fuck. Yeah, it's another story with Obama and Planned Parenthood.
So but Trump, what did he take away? How is this specifically a pro? I still don't. Now I get Margaret's bad. She started Planned Parenthood, but years later, everyone loves abortion. Kill those motherfuckers. Hush, little baby. We all love it now. So tell me why it's a pro.
Well, we don't all love it now. We love that people have the choice if they get raped and are in situations that are horrible where they don't want to have a child.
Yeah, or if they just had a party to go to, they don't want to be pregnant.
God damn.
It's a choice.
God damn.
No, but why is it a pro? So he took away what? He took away the making abortions easy.
Yeah, well, he took away funding from that actual program, which is good. So let me go back.
I don't know.
My shit's
I think that's a bit of a murky pro because a lot of people
that's not murky. Listen, if you're black and you know that there are literally 1,600 babies being aborted that are black every day,
yeah,
then you know that this is a good thing.
But if you're black and you just came inside a girl by accident and you want her to get
it has nothing to do with the guys.
And then
it has nothing to do with the guys. It has everything to do with the women. It has nothing to do with the guys at all. It's just the women. Because that's our most, as black people, that's our most sought after. That's our most, we need to protect that. That's the source of where it comes from. Where black people come from. The women. So it has nothing to do with the guy and him coming inside somebody and wanting an abortion. Fuck what he wants. It's just what these women feel like they're forced to do. If you looked at a lot of these women and said, we can give you X, Y, and Z for your child, rather than nothing, a lot of them might have the kid.
Interesting.
You don't know.
Okay. 17-year-old girl gets pregnant. She's about to go to college.
But when you
black girl, let me paint the picture.
I know. But when you set up a system like this, you're saying whatever situation you're going to say, it's more than likely going to be an abortion because of how this woman had it set up and what she had in mind for our people.
Okay, 17-year-old woman black woman gets pregnant. She is about to go to Harvard. She just got accepted in the school. She's going to be a great
yeah she's gonna be
she's very smart,
she's Michelle Obama,
beautiful, and now she's pregnant and she's like, okay, well, this is gonna alter my life plan if I have to take care of a baby, so you know what, I'm gonna choose to abort it. She goes to get an abortion. She hears from all her friends it's so easy, but recently there's just been law changed. President Trump changed something, so she goes there and they're like, oh, sorry, it's not easy anymore. Now tell me why that's a pro.
Because now she's going through the same system that white women go through. Good for her. She gets to go through the same system that white women go through. For some reason, there's this expedited express lane for black women in abortion.
Is there? Okay, so there's actually...
Yeah, man. And so now she has to go through the system the same way everybody else would. That's fine.
So
she still gets her abortion. She still gets it.
Yeah.
But she just had to go through... She was in line with everybody instead of this special line.
So a pregnant white woman and a pregnant black woman show up to get an abortion.
Google it.
Four years
like
ago.
I'm not attached to your Wi-Fi.
4 years ago.
Let me on your Wi-Fi and I'll fucking show you all this.
I will let you on my Wi-Fi. Sure. Here, pull up the thing. I'll type in the thing for you.
Wow, you won't even tell it to me.
I don't want to say it on the thing.
What, you think people are gonna pull up to your place?
Yeah. I'm paranoid. It's this one.
Is it? Which one? That's such a weird name.
So a white woman and a black woman show up.
You gotta let me Google it or Google it first.
And
because it's been way too.
And they both asked for abortion. Both asked for abortion.
Yeah.
Now the doctor says, "Hey,
the same.
Hey, listen, I can do that black one today, but the white woman has to wait a couple weeks." Was that what you're telling me?
Well, it's gonna be different options. What's up?
Oh, it's not connected. Here, yeah, go tell me the options.
You're gonna see different options. I don't know what the options are. I've never been through an abortion, and I don't know many women that are black. I actually don't know any women that are black that have an abortion.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say at all.
No. Like I know a couple that are white and have had them, but that's only because I don't know many black women altogether.
Altogether, yeah.
Let me on here, man. But then it's gonna be.
But now it's all now we're doing pros and conquers Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess.
I think that is an episode for another day, though.
It is. It definitely is. It's fucked up what they're doing.
Okay, let's put a pin in that one then, because this is a full. That could be a full episode. But basically, I just wanted to know why you thought that was a pro for Trump. So Trump, because I remember during the Trump administration, we don't live in America, but during the Trump administration, there was a couple states where they made it illegal to get an abortion. Was that a Trump thing too?
Wait, say that again.
Like Alabama, you couldn't get an abortion anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there like a couple states where like they made it very hard to get an abortion?
Yeah, recently.
Mm-hmm. So is that part of what you're talking about right now as a pro, or is that something different?
I don't know if that's correlated. I don't know if those.
So
two
your
things
thing
correlate.
is just more about there was a thing in place where it made it very easy for black women to get an abortion, and he changed that.
And her connections to the eugenics movement. Yes, if you're connected to eugenics, you do not want to see certain genes thrive at all.
Uh-huh.
You want certain genes to go away. And ours, black people, that's one of the things that they see as faulty deformation.
How could they think that?
I know the
Watch
way we take in
sport.
the sun, the way we take that sun in.
How could you watch NBA and think black people are the ones that have faulty genes when you see the white guy trying to dunk? or even just get on the court. You see the white guy sitting on the bench in his sweatpants and his jacket. And you're like, hey, you're the one with the most superior genes out here. Have a seat and watch the game.
Yeah, you know what? This is an episode for its own. Because the most merciful thing you can do that the large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. Jesus, like she's a wild lady.
But basically, okay, let's roll it back to the pro on Trump. So the pro on Trump is that he made it so that black women can't get abortions.
No. What he did? No. What he did is
Okay.
he hit Planned Parenthood, which is a fucking like in my mind, it's like a subsidiary of the KKK. It literally has the same thing in mind as the KKK. The only difference is they do it in large numbers, whereas the KKK, I don't even know how many people they kill a year, but I would venture that it couldn't even be more than 50. That they actually like grab and kill and put up and lynch and this and that. Like, I don't think it's even that many. So Planned Parenthood executes what the KKK and what a lot of white supremacists want to see happen, and he hit that organization. I don't give a fuck how he hit it. He hit it and he made it harder for them to do what they're doing, and that's a pro for black people.
Fair enough.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. That's a pretty shitty pro.
Bro, it's not a shitty pro. I just told you 1,600 a day. There's literally, Kanye West said it best. There is literally a genocide happening on black people in the U.S. right under our noses, and nobody's questioning it. It's fucked up
because of abortions.
It's not just because of abortions, but like there's a lot of us dying needlessly, and a lot of them are infants.
Well,
and if the system was set up a better way, maybe they would keep them, like I said. But we gotta leave that for another episode, I guess. Yeah, because that's a huge one. I didn't realize how big it was.
I didn't realize that there was going to be so many cons on Planned Parenthood. But that's and you would think that when somebody says the cons of Planned Parenthood, you would think that we're going to be some of those guys that are standing on the sidewalk holding a picture of dead infants and being like, "Don't kill your baby because Jesus doesn't want you to." But there's cons in a whole different kind of way.
Yeah,
the
man.
cons are that it's a systematic. Set up to fucking screw over or to kill off a whole other race.
True. Yeah, exactly. There's more. What do you got a con? Fuck, you got all sorts of cons. God damn it.
Huh?
This guy has a whole fucking research paper on just cons.
Well, it was very easy to find bad stuff about Trump. It was more so just finding the more salacious ones. But okay, this is one of his. It was funny when at the last debate he's like, "I'm the least racist person in the room. I've done more for black people than any other president in history." Like, what's that all about? Like, do you like? I think whether you like Trump or not, I think it's clear to say that he hasn't been like outwardly like cheering on the plight of black people. So for him to say that he's done more for black people than any other president,
I wouldn't say actively like, but like the thing is,
see what I did with those abortion doctors?
But the other presidents haven't done anything for black people. That's the thing. Like the other ones haven't done any.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
And then when we go, well, he did like nothing basically.
Hope. But then hope though.
He gave them hope, but
my president, he gave us all Jay-Z's "My President is Black."
But the hope was in him, hoping that he would do something. He didn't. So he gave us hope that we put into him, and then he didn't do anything. So that's kind of fucked up. That's a little fucked up. He did a lot of drone strikes though. He handled that. He handled business there.
Yeah, he killed Osama bin Laden with his bare hands
against Joe.
A lot of people don't know that.
Joe Biden's advice.
He said, "Don't kill Osama."
Yeah.
What?
That's right.
Why?
He was just like, it's too risky. Don't do it.
Oh,
don't do it. And Obama was like, I don't think you know exactly who you're messing with right now.
I think we gotta go in that cave, Joe, and kill Osama.
Gonna put a bullet in his head, and he's gonna die. And if you want to be there, you can. And if you don't, well, then you're a bitch ass nigger.
Obama kills Osama. It writes itself.
Fuck. All right.
Obama been killing.
Well, I guess I'll hit you with another pro. Trump ordered the operation that killed Islamic State leader Baghdadi, Big Baghdadi, and I think the glorious Tim Kennedy had something to do with this operation, and they murdered that man. It was a very high risk mission. Flies hundreds of miles into a terrorist controlled territory. If things had gone horrible, Trump would have been blamed. That risk is why former Vice President Joe Biden advised not to kill Osama bin Laden. So basically, Trump went and killed Baghdadi, who probably would have done another 9/11 if he had the opportunity.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Baghdadi's like a horrible guy.
Trump, it seems like he did some nice stuff for other people outside of America. I don't really know what he did for America.
I'll agree with that because as I'm looking at this stuff, it's little to do. And it seems like every politician, but like I'll go to Trump. He seems like he's doing things outside, and not we, but the American people are more like, I'll do things to appease you to get votes from you, but nothing like substantial.
Do you vote?
Not for the president because I'm Canadian.
No, do you vote in Canada?
But yeah, but it's like it's not the same. It's
so
bullshit.
if you were in America this year, who would you have voted for? Kanye?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's hard. I think
I probably would have not voted, or I would have threw my vote away.
Because a lot of people, this always happens, but like I like a black man who becomes a billionaire and then has ideas in his head of bringing all the jobs that he possibly can to America and like making his companies American born and wanting to see Chicago and Detroit have those golden ages again. There's something about a guy like that I like a lot, but then it's Kanye West, so it's hard there. But then also, he's a genius. Like when you listen to these interviews, you're like, oh, this guy's really, really smart.
You do think that, and then a second later, you're like, this guy is really crazy. And then a second later, you're like, wow, that was a great idea. Yeah, and then a second year later, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's like almost like, it's like he would be a great leader, but like when he's 59.
He could be a great leader if he has a right-hand man that he really respects that's going to rein him in on a couple things. Because when you do listen to his interviews and stuff, yes, he does. He not to say stumbled on. He'll spit out six great ideas.
Yeah.
Out of 20 things that he just said that like the other 14 are going to be like a little bit ridiculous, but there's going to be 6 like genius things that you're like, wow, if that actually worked, that'd be a great idea. when Kanye's a big Christian, and when he does, he's like all like you said about the Planned Parenthood stuff. We're coming back to that for a second, but
Yeah.
he said if he was president, he wouldn't make any changes because he's like abortion still need to be a thing. Like he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's pretty much against it.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
Vote for Kanye. And people say, oh, if you don't vote for Biden, you're basically voting for Trump. But it's like, no, you're not. Voting for Trump is voting for Trump.
Yeah, that's just a little. I don't want to say psyop, but that's like a little brain thing they do to people. Like you have to vote for Biden if you are on the side of good, you have to vote for this person. If you're on the side of bad, you'll vote for whoever you want.
Yeah,
basically. So who would I vote for? It would probably be Kanye. Since I work in the film industry, I'll say Kanye. I'll say Kanye. He's okay. I like him. I like his shoes.
Has a native Indian guy ever run for
sure
president?
Yeah. It probably wasn't somebody who got the notoriety
that
like
would be
Obama
wild,
got, but like for sure there have been natives that
native Indian guy runs for president. He runs a smooth campaign. He doesn't say he's gonna do anything crazy. But the second he gets elected,
kicks everybody out.
He kicks everybody out. That'd be wild, yo. Immigration policy. If your ancestors weren't here 2,000 years ago, then you have to get the fuck out of the country. We are now a no immigrant country.
Wow, that'd be some boss.
I wonder how like the hard left wing white people would feel. Like, would they be like, "This is what we always wanted"?
100%. I say this. I'm like 100%. He would let black people stay, for sure. He's not. I don't know about that. He wouldn't kick us out. He knows us.
You think so, eh?
Yeah. Natives and blacks, we go good together.
Like what? Natives and blacks go together like?
Reese's Pieces, because it's all like similar colors.
Peanut butter and chocolate?
Yeah, exactly. Similar colors. I think he'd let us stay, but that'd be a dope little thing to have happen.
It would be cool. They should make a movie like that. That's a movie right there.
But then where do we go? Like, you have to go back to Ireland? That's where
I don't have to go anywhere. I'm in Canada. I'll just watch America from afar.
Oh yeah, this is happening in America. True.
But yeah, I would go back to Ireland. I might go back to Ireland anyways.
To live?
I've thought about it.
You're never going back.
I can get my passport there. So like it'd be a nice little change of pace. But the only thing about Ireland is even the summertime, like you don't get like great weather ever.
There's no summer.
Yeah.
There's no summer. It's horrible.
Okay, chill. It's not horrible.
This is just me. Any place without a real summer is terrible. It's not good for your mind.
Yeah, I went there in August. I was wearing a sweater. I went there in November. I was wearing a sweater and a jacket.
Yeah, it's too much. It's way too much, man.
But it is a beautiful country and great people and great food. Ireland.
Great food.
Have a visit. Come visit us.
Come. I can't even do it. Fuck, I got to learn how to do that accent. I love it. I can't. Fuck it. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to try until I got it down. I'll spring it on you one day.
There's an Obama Center in Ireland, too.
An Obama Center?
I don't know if he ever visited there or they just love him. But
what's it make? Drones? It just makes drones or something?
No. It's just a little rest stop that they call the Obama Center, and they just have a bunch of Obama memorabilia there, and they just love him there.
Oh, and it's a rest center. So they're saying black people are lazy?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what Obama would like to do? Take a break. I wouldn't want him counting my money, though, that's for sure. Because he's a Democrat, not because he's black.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't even know.
Yo,
it seems like Democrats are a little more loose with your money. They say, "Oh, the only reason."
I can't believe Trump said that shit.
What?
He was one black guy's counting his money. But you know what? As much as black people might not like that, there's a lot of black people that feel the same way, the exact same way. Just saying, a lot of black people rather have Jewish people helping them out than black people. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, except for James Brown, he wouldn't put up with that shit.
Really?
James Brown? Well, when James Brown was coming up, the music industry was obviously like music and entertainment. The Jews were running everything, like they always did. No.
Yeah.
But he's the first guy that's like, no, I'm not having anyone like owning my masters or anything. Like, so he spent his own money, recorded his own shit, and he just owned all his own music.
Yeah, that way. Yeah, of course.
That way, that part.
You want another? Let me give you a small pro. It's not really one, but they're trying here in this list. He continued to deliver for the forgotten Americans. Unemployment is at record lows this year, The number of job openings outnumbered the unemployed workers to fill them by the widest gap ever.
Is that true though?
Yeah.
In 2020?
That's what I'm hearing.
I doubt
probably 2019 because the pandemic hit.
Pandemic, yeah.
But yeah, wages are rising and low wage workers are experiencing the fastest pay increases. 57% of Americans say they are better off financially since Trump took office. Now, is that 57% just all rich people who are like making hundreds of thousands a year? I don't know, but that's the stat.
So what do you think? Is there ever going to be any statues of Trump?
Of course, and they're going to be built by him.
The crazy thing is,
of course, he's going to build a statue of himself.
The crazy thing is, if you hate Trump and you voted and he won this year, then he got his 4 more years and the nightmare is over. Mm-hmm. But now, the fact that he's losing, he can come back in another 4 years and run again.
He can come back in another 4 years and run again. His sons will be able to run. His daughter is probably the one who's going to run, and she'll win too because she's really smart and really really
pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's hot and blonde. So.
Yeah, he'd fuck her.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that one time?
He's like, if she wasn't my daughter, I would date her. Yeah. I mean, look at her. And then he squeezed her tits and he grabbed her by the foot. No, I'm kidding. He didn't do that. My apologies, Mr. President. On the way out. Is he even the president anymore?
He's the president for another 30 days.
Oh shit! My apologies, sir.
You see a drone strike on my house?
Yeah, he did say banger, but yeah, he's gonna come back. And bro, when the Trump podcast comes out, oh my god, I'll be listening. I don't know about you.
Trump podcast, yeah, or radio show, or Trump, yeah,
anything.
He's an entertaining guy. Like I never watched an American debate until the Trump ones because.
Yep.
When he first ran in 2016, like when he was just going against the other Republicans, those ones were hilarious.
Amazing.
He's on the stage with 4 other people and he's just making fun of all. It was just like a roast session.
Yeah, he just didn't care.
Yeah,
fucking didn't care.
Dumbass Jeb Bush.
What do you call low energy Jeb? He has no energy.
Low T.
Low T?
Yeah,
that's what you would say.
Got low T.
God damn.
Got low testosterone.
God, that's a hard hit. You don't say that to another man.
Low T Jeb.
Especially when it's true.
Lying Ted Cruz. There's a bunch of.
He just came with the nicknames.
Crooked Hillary. Sleepy Joe Biden.
God damn right. Those two are true. Joe is pretty sleepy.
I like when Joe Biden looking in America. Do you want this motherfucker leading your country again? 4 years? Or do you want me? Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
Are you black? Or are you a fucking racist Trump supporter?
I got nice legs, blonde hair that glisten when they get wet. And the girls like to stroke it up and down. They sit on my lap.
Obviously, in their time, Trump got more pussy than Joe Biden. But who do you think fucked better? Joe Biden or Trump? I honestly think Biden probably fucked better.
Nah, Trump for sure.
Really?
Trump's probably when he was younger? Are we talking about when they were younger?
Yeah, they're in their prime.
Oh, Trump was spitting in chicks' mouths and all sorts of wild shit. He probably had them all riled up.
I think Trump never would. He would never care about giving a girl an orgasm. I think Biden would.
Wouldn't get exactly. Would be like, but that's because Joe Biden be fucking regular chicks. Trump's fucking supermodels.
True.
He's fucking all sorts of women.
I feel like Trump would be like, you impress me, but Biden would be like, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Because he's like he's a regular guy. He's like, well, yeah. If you allow me to insert myself inside you, I'll make sure it's a good exchange for both of us.
Why don't you come for me? Come on, man.
Come on. That's what he says when he comes.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Look at my eyes. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe Biden fans. My apologies. He's nice too. I was a Joe Biden fan once too.
Really? When?
Yeah, man. Just as him and Obama were leaving office, there was like this whole everybody were making videos and there was memes of so many things that they did together and like how quote unquote they were cute. They were very cute together.
People, let me tell you about my best.
Yeah. It was amazing. So I was a fan at that point. And then slowly I was like, when I heard the whole desegregation comment and shit, I was like, ugh, I don't like this guy anymore.
Desegregation comment? What was that?
Just when asked about desegregating schools, he's like, I don't want my kids to grow up in a racial jungle.
Woo!
Yeah. And he's
so that was way back then.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care why they don't have fathers.
How old is Joe Biden?
He's old as fuck. He's 78. So
when desegregation happened was in the 60s.
Yeah. He wasn't playing games.
He said that he was like 10 years old.
No. This is like when talked about desegregating schools, I think they were desegregated. They weren't completely desegregated in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't think. Huh. But he's like, I don't care why they don't have fathers. I don't care why they have these problems. He's like, they just need to go to jail.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be longer. He's responsible for mandatory minimums.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Him and Kamala are both
not
big on prison. Like they both locked a lot of people up.
Like Trump has said nothing as racist as Joe Biden has said. There's just been nothing. But one racist doesn't cancel out another.
No.
Always remember that, guys. When you're voting, a lot of white people are like, Biden. It's like, you don't care about me.
Trump thought it would be wonderful if his daughter marries a black man. I don't think Biden would like it.
No. He'd be like, what? Our family's going to be a jungle now? Come on, man. I was talking with the gardener here.
I'm trying to have breakfast, not a racial jungle.
What's happening right now? I don't understand.
Yeah, he doesn't understand shit. Anyways, America's fucked.
What else do you have? What else do you have? A whole bunch of shit. Like,
no, I feel like we're good. Are we good?
Yeah, we are. I just would. Okay, he has that. Mexico. Go a little lower. This is not bad. I'll take jobs from China. I'll take jobs from Japan. Oh god, shit. The Hispanics are going to get those jobs, and they're going to love Trump. Well, that's true, and he should do that. 87% of all like medication and shit is made in China for the U.S.
I'm not surprised. Everything's made in China.
Isn't that fucked up though?
So were all my action figures when I was a kid.
Yeah, they should be making their own
all
medicine
had
though.
On the foot, made in China.
And then like imagine.
I was like, how'd you get here, Hulk Hogan?
So like in my opinion, that's a good thing. You should take jobs from China and from Japan. I mean, that's what you should, shouldn't you? Like, why would you want to keep them in other places? Their economy's fucked, and China's is flourishing because of the fact that they fucking have this reciprocal relationship where they make a lot of money and the Americans really don't. That's not a good. That's why Kanye West doesn't want to do that. He's like, I'm gonna figure out how to make my stuff here because it's bad.
America.
It's bad to send. Like, if I have a clothing company, I'm gonna try my damnedest to make the clothes made in Canada. Like, I don't know how that's gonna look cost wise, but like that it just has to be that way. It employs people.
True,
bro. You know how hard it is to get a job?
Nah.
It's fucking hard as fuck. It's really fucking hard, man. It's really hard for regular people who don't have like a crazy skill set. It's hard as fuck.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Getting a job's easy.
It is for me. For me, it's really easy, but like I've seen like a lot of people struggle getting jobs because the interview process. It's hard.
True.
Like you don't have the credentials, and all of a sudden you flop on an interview. It's like,
yeah. I'm always sick at the interview.
I'm dope at interview.
I lie on my resume,
of course,
and then I lie to their face, and they eat it up.
We got you.
But yeah, hopefully I don't have to look for a new job ever again. I think I'm good.
Bro, come on, man.
Until I become rich and famous.
I told you, come work with us.
Come on, man.
If you're unsure whether to work with me or who you work with now, you ain't black.
No, I ain't. But yeah. So yeah, Trump, obviously he'll go down in history as one of the worst presidents of all time just because that's the story written on him. But it sounds like he did 3 good things.
It sounds like he did a lot of good things.
He made abortions harder, and Colin loves that.
Well, the thing is, like I said, with the black community, that's a good thing.
If you're a young black girl looking to get an abortion, just know Trump made it harder for you because he's not racist. Anything
that kills thousands of black people and goes unchecked is a problem. And it should go checked and it should go regulated, and we should be able to see, because when you're asking that question of what the process is for a black woman and what it's like for a white woman, they're different, but I don't know how much different they are, but they shouldn't be different at all. Like there shouldn't be anything. There should be, like I said, there should be no express line for black people. That's insane.
Damn.
It's not fair. And if that happened with Jewish people would be up in arms. And if that was happening with Native people would be up in arms. But when it happens to this 13% of the United States, nobody cares and nobody talks about it. And that's fucked up. So that is you may not see it right now, but that's a major pro. That's a major good thing, because that organization, like, there can still be abortions, but that organization needs to be done with Where its roots come from, it needs to fucking be done with.
Stay tuned for our episode on Planned Parenthood.
We'll try and make it as funny as possible.
What it does seem like a good thing to look into. I never realized there'd be so many cons about Planned Parenthood, but that'll be a fun one. And we should get like some right-wing Christian enthusiast that thinks he's coming on to talk about how it's like all about not killing babies, but it's actually about not being racist towards black people.
Good Lord, right? You gotta look closely, man.
But let's wrap up Trump today.
What do you think about Trump? All in all, like we have the whole setup of I'm supposed to be pro, you're supposed to be con, but we still have feelings outside of like what we're supposed to do. Yeah. So how do you actually feel about him as he's leaving office today?
As he's leaving office, I think Trump was an entertaining guy. I think he's really sick at debates, like so fun to watch in debates. I think he's a terrible person to be the voice of a country just because his opinions can be a little bit too strong off the cuff, like without thinking twice. He lets out some ignorant rhetoric, and it can be very damaging to a nation and very divisive. The right and the left have never been more right and left.
Yeah.
Like if you're on the right, like people will see you as straight up a racist, bad guy.
Yeah.
And if you're on the left, the right will look at you as a fucking pussy, cuck, whatever. They've never looked at each other with more
animosity.
And I think that is heavily because of Trump. So overall, I think he's a bad guy to be leading the nation. I like The Apprentice season 1. I didn't carry on with it past that. I think if I met Trump, I wouldn't like him. I honestly think he's just a bit of a dick, and he's way too cocky. And I don't think I would get along with him.
True. I think if I met him, and there were cameras on us, I would not like him. I think if I met him and we were just in a room like this, I'd like him a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I think most people would. I think most people would because usually when guys are assholes, they're usually also straight shooters, and usually assholes, big assholes, guys who are like you're like, oh, that guy's a dick. Usually they have really good hearts.
Wow.
Usually they do. If you think about any normal person, like take it away from Trump, but anytime you meet somebody who's like usually a dick, you can usually find this instance where they're like, they have really big hearts. Like, yeah, there's a lot of that. But what I think of him all in all, I think he's going to go down as the most controversial president. I think there are going to be people who will regard him as the best president that we've ever had because he actually made a lot of changes. And he woke a lot of people up. Like, I care about politics now. Regular people care about politics now, whereas before we were asleep. I think
more people voted.
Yeah, and I think a lot of black people didn't realize that. Oh yeah, I don't have to vote Democrat. I don't have to be liberal. I can actually, I actually have to wake up and look at this whole thing and be like, okay, where do I actually lie? And then there's a lot of black people that actually chose to be Republican because they figured out a lot of their roots were from there. And there's a lot of people who stayed on the left side and decided like, no, this guy is an affront to my whole race or blah, blah, blah. And I don't want him in office. But either way, it woke them up and made them start thinking. And the black population needed that very, very much because we used to be really into politics before.
Really?
That used to be a thing that, especially in America, black people really cared about. So I think that's a good thing he did. I think, and you know what? I have to see how it works out with Joe Biden. But if the conspiracy theorists are right, and the conspiracy theorists are always right, eventually, Biden might be something really horrible, and we might have been better off with Trump, but only time will tell. But right now, I think he just needs to leave and don't start a civil war in leaving. Be graceful about it. Get the fuck out. Make it peaceful so your kids can run and shit. You know? Don't make it all fucking crazy and fucking start a civil war because you're upset that you lost. Like,
one thing I think, like, just at face value, the right and the left, like when the election night, they were boarding up all these windows afraid of riots. Now, I didn't know what side they were afraid of rioting, but if Trump won, we've seen people rioting that are against Trump already.
True.
And that might have been who was breaking windows and everything. No. When it looked like Trump was going to lose, the right wing never really did anything.
That's just right. They just get upset and they go, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So overall, it seems like this is the smoother way to make the next transition to whoever's going to be president next.
Yeah.
And man, we got to watch some real ridiculousness for 4 years, and
It was
actually
amazing.
So as Canadians, just sitting by and watching it, yeah, Trump's a crazy guy, but it was fun to watch.
Fun as fuck, man. Fun as fuck.
Yeah.
It was a good ride. You know? Sad to see him leave. But I can't wait to see what he does next. Because he's going to be something. It's going to be really fucking weird.
Stay tuned for what Trump does next and for what we do next on Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history.
Ooh, I like that. I like that segue.
Nice.
Good transition. We're out, guys. Fucking camera's about to die, too.
Perfect.
Peace out, guys.